And welcome back. This is Intermediate Coding in Minecraft. We are currently in Lesson 4 Advanced Logic. This is your favorite computer science teacher, Mr. Pitts. And this is the Lesson 4 Challenge Assessment Supplemental. Again, if you're watching this video, I assume that you've already done the Lesson 4 Challenge Assessment. You got it to work, and now you just want to double check and see if you did it the best way possible. Make sure that you got the code right, all that good stuff. So again, let's go back and review the problem. So again, what we're trying to do is create some code which responds to the chat command build. So I'll go ahead and do that part first. Chat command, rename that to build, and we're done. Yeah, it's easy, right? So chat command build. Now let's head back to the board. In the code, we want our agent to move forward and lay a grass block behind them. All right, let's go ahead and add that to the code. So agent's going to move forward, and then the agent is going to place a block behind, so back. All right, agent move forward, agent place back. Easy enough. Wait a minute. Move forward and lay a grass block behind them only if they don't have a block in front of them and they have one or more blocks in their inventory. So I saw two big words there, if and. So the way we're going to tackle those is we're going to head over to our logic drawer. This is the advanced logic lesson. So you knew we were going to use the logic drawer. So we're going to go if, right? There's our if. Where's our and? Also in the logic drawer. That's correct. Okay, so if what? If they don't have a block in front of them and they have one or more blocks in their inventory. Let's go ahead and do that one first. So how do we check? So we go to the agent drawer, there's inventory. Now remember, we need a couple of comparisons here. So how do we compare what's in our inventory? So let's think about that. So what we would need is a count of the blocks that are in the agent's inventory, and we would need to compare that to the number 1. So agent, get item count from slot 1. Perfect. That looks exactly like what we need. And if it's hard to find, one of the things you need to do is sort of think about this logically for a second. The only thing we can put in the left side of this comparison is sort of oval or circular in shape, right? Blocks is kind of helping us out. Make code is helping us out here with this shape thing. So when we go to the agent and we're looking at inventory, right? Because we're looking for something that will tell us what's in the agent's inventory. These are our only 3 options. Agent get remaining space in slot 1. That would tell us the number of available items that could go in slot 1. Get item ID. So again, get item ID would be to tell us what type of block that we have. But what we're really looking for is the item count. So let's assume this returns the item count from slot 1, like it says. We want that to be what? 1 or more. So there are really 2 ways logically to go about that. You could say, well, anything greater than 0 would be 1 or more. You could also do greater than or equal to 1. So that would include 1. So if the item count is 1, then that would be true. If it were 2, true, 3, true, 4, true. If it were 0, it would not be true. Really, that's what we want from this comparison is if there are 0 blocks in the inventory, that needs to be false so the code can't run. Okay. So greater than 0, perfectly fine. Greater than or equal to 1, also perfectly fine. Take your pick. Next one's a little bit trickier. So that is if they don't have a block in front of them. Now we've used this block in the past. Agent, it's going to be the detect block forward. Inspect block forward looks like it might be a good choice. However, this returns what the block is. Is it grass? Is it cobblestone? We get the content ID for that block. What we're really looking for is a true false. Is there a block in front of the agent? Yes or no, true or false. And remember, all Boolean, all true false, they're going to have this sort of diamond shape. So we're going to grab this and put this here. Now we have a problem, because what we want is if the agent is able to place a, if the agent is able to move forward and place a block behind him, then we want to do that. However, if there is a block in front of the agent, then this will return true and it will try to run this code. So what we need to key in on is this one word, don't. If they don't have a block in front of them, and again, don't is short for, or a contraction for, do not. So we're going to go to the agent, the logic drawer, find our not, and then we're going to put our detect block forward inside of this not. Now what that does is if there is a block in front of the agent, this will be true. The not will make the true false, and then therefore this code will not run. However, if there is no block in front of the agent, this will return false. The not will make that true, and assuming that we also have inventory for the agent, we'd have true and true, so then he'd be able to move forward and place back. Now, I also said in the last episode that what you'd want to do is put something in the chat that says, hey, I'm not able to place that, move forward and place that block. And let's make sure we got everything. Okay, so agent's supposed to move forward and lay a grass block behind them. If they don't have a block in front of them and they have one more blocks in their inventory, and then I'm going to add the extra part for the say. Let's make sure our agent has some grass block to place, and let's give it a run, right? So our chat command is build. We would expect him, since there is no block in front and he has inventory, to move forward and place back. We would not expect the chat command this time. Make sure our code's running. Hit T for our chat. Build. He moved forward and placed back. Perfect. Now, if we run build again, we should get the error message or the else message. Not able to perform that command at this time. Now, if I remove the block in front of him and try build again, he should be able to do it. Okay. And now if we try it again, we should get the error message. Not able to perform that command at this time. Now, lastly, in the last video, I mentioned bonus points. However, your instructor would like to add those to you. If you could put in the else a message that said why he's not able to perform that command. So if we got down here to the else, we know that one of these two things was false. Either there was no inventory or there was a block in front of the agent. We know from looking at it right now that the problem is that there's a block in front of the agent. So what you would want to do is figure out which one of those was false and then put the message in there. So what you would say is if, let's see. So if there's a block in front of the agent, what you would say is I'm not able to perform that command because there is a block in front of me. And in the else, what I'm going to put, I'm not able to perform that command because I have nothing in my inventory. Now, the reason I don't have to put the comparison down here in the else is because I know that when we get here to else, it's either that there was a block in front or there was no inventory. So when I run this if the agent detect block forward is false, which means there is no block in front of him, then the problem must be that there's no inventory. There's no other option. I don't need to check the inventory here. Okay, so let's try this out. I'm not able to perform that because there is a block in front of me. All right, let's take his inventory out, destroy the block. So now there's no obstacle in front of him. And let's see what happens. But we did take the inventory away, so we should get the other error message. There you go. So that's how you get it done. There's your screenshot for Lesson 4 assessment. Good job learning how to use if, then, else blocks along with the Boolean operators and comparisons. All right, fantastic jobs. That was the Lesson 4 assessment. I hope you got that right. Hope you got full credit in your course. And yeah, thanks again for watching. This has been your favorite computer science teacher, Mr. Pitts. Glad you're here. And in the next episode, we're going to head into Lesson 5. It's right over there behind that locked door. So stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll have Lesson 5 for you here shortly. All right, thanks again. See ya.